Seth Stephens-Davidowitz, Don't Trust Your Gut, Using Data to Get What You Really Want in Life. Intuition might navigate us through daily decisions. However, when it comes to critical choices, don't trust your gut. By Seth Stephens-Davidowitz, Advocates for Data-Driven Decision-Making. In this book summary, you'll learn how advances in data analysis techniques have enabled us to draw insights, challenge our instincts, and make better decisions across various aspects of life, from baseball management to online dating. Data scientists have analyzed patterns in seemingly unrelated sets, unveiling information that contributes to smarter choices, which our gut feelings might have overlooked.
Trust data, not gut feelings. Making important decisions based on gut feelings is often an unreliable method. Instead, utilizing data and its analysis can lead to more effective decisions in various aspects of life. From sports teams to Silicon Valley and Wall Street, data-driven decisions have consistently proven to be more successful. Armed with the right data, you can make informed decisions that lead to gratifying outcomes. Our gut feelings have always been considered as a reliable source for making important decisions. Nonetheless, relying on instinctive hunches can have substantial repercussions. The better alternative? Rely on data. The internet has made massive amounts of data available just a click away. In today's world, it's easier than ever to derive insights from large data sets to aid informed decision-making. Don't trust us? Consider this: data-driven decisions have been the backbone of success stories across various sectors. Let us delve into some examples. The Oakland A's, a professional baseball team, defied traditional wisdom and relied on specific data metrics, such as time spent on base or slugging average, to build a competitive team on a budget. Their data-centric approach proved invaluable when they reached the playoffs in 2002 and 2003, despite having one of the lowest payrolls in the league. In the world of Silicon Valley, data reigns supreme. A Google designer once quit the company over disagreement on the shade of blue to be used in an ad link. The designer opted for an intuitive choice, while the data suggested a different shade would result in higher click conversion rates. Ultimately, Google trusted the data, and the resulting conversion metrics proved they made the right decision. Meanwhile, in the lucrative world of Wall Street, Renaissance Technologies stands as a prime example of data-driven success. Founded by James Simon, the hedge fund utilized an extensive set of financial data to identify patterns and trends, driving every investment decision they make. By capitalizing on the power of data, Renaissance has achieved an impressive 66% return since its inception. So, are you ready to disregard your gut feelings? Take a leap of faith in the realm of data, learn from countless success stories, and make well-informed decisions that lead to triumphant outcomes. The power of data is undeniable, and it's time for you to harness it in your decision-making processes. Hacking online dating success. Eddie feels unlucky with his online dating efforts and wants to improve his success rate on dating apps. Data-driven research on dating platforms provides valuable insights, revealing that extreme looks such as tattoos or unconventional styling can provoke a stronger reaction from potential matches. Additionally, high earnings and certain job titles attract more matches. However, the most important factor is similarity. Profiles with shared traits are more likely to match, debunking the myth that opposites attract. Meet Eddie, a single guy looking for love on dating apps, but not having much luck with matches. He's considered improving his appearance by hitting the gym and getting a more modern hairstyle, but would it really make a difference? Christian Rudder, an expert in data analysis, has studied tens of millions of profiles on the dating platform OkCupid and discovered some interesting facts. It's true that exceptionally attractive individuals do better on dating apps, but Eddie's looks fall into the category of average. The data shows that merely improving his appearance won't boost his in-app success, as only breathtaking good looks have a significant impact on matches. But wait! Eddie has other ways to increase his chances of success. Rudder's research has uncovered that individuals with extreme looks, such as tattoos, unusual haircuts, or eccentric fashion, tend to generate stronger reactions from potential matches. Therefore, if Eddie decides to get a distinctive face tattoo or adopts an unconventional style, he's more likely to attract intensely interested people. Apart from his looks, there are other factors Eddie can improve in pursuit of more matches. For example, he could work on increasing his income. Studies show that men who earn between $150,000 and $200,000 attract 8.9% more matches compared to their counterparts earning between $35,000 and $50,000. Interestingly, job titles play an essential role in attracting matches as well. Professionals like lawyers, doctors, soldiers, and firefighters have higher match rates compared to their similarly earning peers. Perhaps the most striking revelation concerns the age-old saying, opposites attract. Contrary to popular belief, data from over 1 million eHarmony matches indicates that shared traits dramatically increase the likelihood of matching. Profiles where singles describe themselves similarly had far greater success than those with opposite descriptors, suggesting that similarity attracts is a more accurate aphorism in the world of online dating. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Eddie can tweak his approach to online dating and increase his chances of meeting that special someone by adopting a unique style, focusing on career growth, and seeking out individuals with shared interests and qualities. Unconventional love secrets. AI technology struggles to predict romantic success, as the traits people often prioritize in dating don't necessarily align with long-term happiness. Instead, qualities such as overall life satisfaction and a growth mindset might be better indicators for seeking a potential partner. The key to finding love may lie in focusing on undervalued assets, people who might not fit conventional desirability standards but possess the qualities that lead to lasting relationships. In the realm of love, even the most advanced AI technologies stumble to grasp the essence of long-lasting relationships. While AI can predict health issues and understand social unrest by analyzing social media, it falters to uncover what makes some romantic partnerships thrive and others wither. Data expert Samantha Joel attempted to decipher the elusive formula behind lasting love by analyzing over 11,000 couples' data, ranging from their physical appearances to their shared interests and values. Despite the vast information at her fingertips, Joel discovered no reliable predictors of romantic success. This might suggest that the science of building a happy, enduring relationship remains a mystery, or perhaps we've been searching for the wrong qualities in a long-term partner. Indeed, the factors Joel examined largely correspond to conventional predictors of desirability. For example, highly attractive, high-earning individuals tend to have more matches, and people with matching values and interests are more likely to connect. But these criteria don't guarantee long-term bliss. Joel did, however, pinpoint a few key traits linked to thriving long-term relationships, satisfaction and a growth mindset. These qualities can't be gauged from a brief interaction or a dating profile but require an investment of time and genuine understanding. It's clear that the dating market is skewed towards traditional measures of desirability. For instance, a man standing between 6 feet 3 inches and 6 feet 4 inches has a 65% higher chance of matching with a woman than his 5 feet 7 inches and 5 feet 8 inches counterparts. But a shorter man may possess traits like a growth mindset and high overall satisfaction, equally contributing to a flourishing relationship. So, if tall men aren't better equipped to make their partners happy, why should a single woman focus her dating efforts on pursuing them? The secret to finding true love may rest in targeting undervalued assets, such as conventionally less desirable individuals who possess the qualities that result in long-term happiness. This advice applies to everyone, no matter the dating pool. By focusing on characteristics that correlate with lasting satisfaction rather than superficial desirability, we can unlock the potential for rewarding and enduring relationships. The ideal entrepreneurial profile. When considering the most successful entrepreneurs, one might think of Zuckerberg, Jobs, or Gates. However, the lesser-known Tony Fadell, who procured a fortune from his experience and network, is a more appropriate example. Research shows that founders around 42 years of age, armed with extensive experience, a strong network, and a niche expertise, are more likely to build sustainable and successful startups. Chances are, when thinking of successful tech entrepreneurs, your mind conjures up images of Zuckerberg, Jobs, and Gates. Yet, it's quite possible that you haven't heard of Tony Fadell, the former CEO of Nest Labs, a company specializing in programmable thermostats. Despite its obscurity, Fadell managed to sell Nest Labs to Google for a staggering $3.2 billion. Fadell's rise to success differs from that of Zuckerberg, Jobs, and Gates, who all founded their companies in their early 20s with little to no prior employment experience. In contrast, Fadell was in his early 40s when he founded Nest Labs. His extensive work experience, including stints at Philips and Apple, gave him the engineering expertise and managerial skills necessary to make his company successful. Furthermore, Fadell's insider status allowed him to establish a capable team from among his network of peers and colleagues. Interestingly, Fadell's profile is more in line with that of a typical successful entrepreneur than Zuckerberg, Jobs, and Gates. A study of 2.7 million entrepreneurs revealed that the median age of founders is 41.9 years. Moreover, older founders, up to their 60s, are more likely than their younger counterparts to establish sustainable and successful startups. In conclusion, if you aspire to be a successful entrepreneur, don't fall for the myth of the young, rule-breaking tech prodigy. Instead, take your cue from Tony Fadell and focus on gaining in-depth experience in a specific field and establishing a strong professional network. Remember, you don't need to be a 20-year-old tech genius to succeed, all you need is hard-earned expertise and a robust support system. The village shapes the child. In the early stages of parenthood, significant decisions about a child's upbringing create undue stress, when in fact, nature dominates nurture. Data reveals that parental choices rarely hold substantial long-term effects. Surprisingly, the most important factor lies in the choice of the neighborhood where a child is raised, emphasizing the importance of collective influence over individual parenting choices. Being a new parent brings an overwhelming number of demanding decisions, from naming the baby to choosing between breastfeeding and bottle feeding. However, it turns out that these choices may not be as consequential as they seem. Nature appears to have the upper hand over nurture, illustrated in the fascinating story of Jim Lewis and Jim Springer, identical twins raised separately who led remarkably parallel lives. While anecdotes can spark interest, it's data that proves the point. Research indicates that individual parenting choices typically don't make or break a child's future. For instance, breastfed and bottle-fed children exhibit no significant long-term health differences, and those encouraged to engage in cognitively stimulating games don't necessarily outshine their peers in intelligence. Moreover, children exposed to television don't score worse on tests compared to those who aren't. Where parenting decisions do have tangible impact, though, lies in the choice of location for raising a child. One notable example is the potential to boost a child's future earnings by 11% simply by moving to Seattle. However, the paramount factor is selecting a neighborhood with certain characteristics, not just a specific city. So, what makes a neighborhood the ideal environment for growing children? The answer: strong communities that consist of stable two-parent households, accomplished college graduates, and civically engaged residents who dutifully return census forms. It's not about the individual parent's traits but rather the collective influence of all the adults a child encounters on a regular basis. Why are these factors crucial? The reasoning lies in the complexity of the parent-child relationship. As children often have an inclination to rebel against their parents, they are more readily influenced by the adults in their community who may serve as uncomplicated role models. In conclusion, data confirms the wisdom of the ancient African proverb, "It truly does take a village to raise a child." This reinforces the importance of prioritizing community over fretting about individual parenting choices that ultimately may not hold significant sway on a child's development.
In conclusion, Seth Stephens-Davidowitz makes a compelling case for foregoing our gut instinct and utilizing data analysis in decision-making. Throughout the book, data-driven insights have demonstrated their potential to not only help build successful baseball teams, technology startups, but also make better choices in our personal lives, such as online dating tactics, evaluating long-term happiness in relationships, and even making impactful parenting decisions. By dispelling misconceptions surrounding conventional knowledge and harnessing data-driven findings, we can improve our lives through informed decisions and logical assessments.